Welcome back to Unqualified and Uneducated, where we give you our unqualified and uneducated opinions on all things sports, movie, TV, anime, music, or anything else that's interesting. Carl, what up, bro?
What's up, man? How's it going?
Yo, it's been a minute.
Yeah, it
So,
has been a minute.
alright, so I know you guys have been getting texts and stuff that, you guys wondering where we've been. Well,
Yeah,
it's the start of the season, start of the summer. Both of us had our little vacations, and which had us, the podcasts have been a little spotty lately. But we hope to get that back up and get back into consistent form. How you feeling, Carl?
I'm feeling like I'm ready to be consistent because, a lot of stuff's gone down, and I've been busy, and I'm tired of being busy because this summer I'm not really even busy. It's just I have to do like one thing, like just midday, which makes it busy. Or I'm going on like little trips and stuff, so it's not like real busy. It's like I'm going on vacations.
You
I'm
know,
just ready to like just hunker down, hunker down at home for a minute.
that is true. It's not even like if you have like midday when you do something midday, it ruins the entire day. Like, it,
That's what I'm saying. Like tomorrow, I have this thing I have to go to from 3 to 5, and I'm just like, what do I do?
yeah, yep. That's a day killer. Like especially like having noon classes. That's a day killer. Like in undergrad, you had class. You would either want classes in the morning, so you can get that done, and then you have the rest of your day. But if you had noon classes, you're screwed because you're pretty much your whole day is based on those classes, and then you get out of class and the day's done. All you can do is just go home and do homework.
Yeah,
So
that's why. That's why I always just made it so I had those AM classes.
AM classes were were the way to go. So we got some pretty interesting topics coming out pretty soon that we want to discuss, such as we're gonna talk about some streaming things with Netflix and streaming exclusivity. We got some morality issues that we want to talk about, such as like the social credit that China's proposing. We just got a bunch of topics coming down the woodworks, or is it the pipeline? Yeah, we got the topic docket pipeline. The topic docket pipeline. We got a lot of that topics coming down the pipeline. But today is going to be a sports episode because the madness that's happening in the NBA. And we've been kind of gone for a minute, so we've missed a lot of NBA stuff as far as like the end of the finals, the draft, and free agency. But we're dead set in the middle of free agency right now. So I mean, how do you want to tackle this? Do you want to just start at the top, or you want to just free flow?
I mean, it kind of like a free flow. Start at the like with the big boys that sign like the big moves.
So the biggest
because the NBA is in a completely different place than it was like 24 hours ago.
Okay, so
right?
Yeah,
or I guess like 48 hours ago.
Yeah, no, I agree. The NBA is wide open. So I would say the biggest move that happened is the Kevin Durant going to Brooklyn, because that was the biggest move that kind of facilitated the biggest change in the NBA. That made everything change so far. So Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving going to Brooklyn, and it also facilitated a sign and trade, which resulted in D'Angelo Russell going to the Warriors. So, what do you think about that whole deal? Because
I think I don't know, it's freaking mind blowing because the Nets were irrelevant, and then D'Angelo Russell kind of made them more relevant in the playoffs, and now they got these two like top end talents on their team with KD and Kyrie. Granted, Kevin Durant's not even going to play next season.
Yeah.
But that's crazy. Like, that's huge.
So.
And it hella crippled Golden State, too.
It did.
But then, I don't know. Because they got D'Angelo Russell out of it, but I've been hearing or seeing a lot of stuff on he might get traded. So I have no idea what's happening right now with that.
Because like the D'Angelo, okay, on the D'Angelo Russell side, it's like I don't know if people realize this, but D'Angelo Russell is not KD. So like, I don't know if people know this, but I've just been on Twitter and Facebook, and people are like, oh, like they'll have like the Undertaker meme as far as like D'Angelo Russell bringing back the Warriors from the death, and I'm like, I don't. Yeah, they're just saying like there's just a lot of memes where they're just saying D'Angelo Russell is like you thought the Warriors were down and out, and then D'Angelo Russell was like to save them, and I'm just like I don't know if everyone realizes this, but D'Angelo Russell is not. It's just he's not KD. He's still a good player. He's an all star. He's an all star in the East. He's an all star. He's an Eastern all star. But like, I don't see. I don't. I said, there's a difference between the all star and the East and all star. There's a difference between being an all star in the East and all star.
Laughing.
There's a difference. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but there's a huge difference. So like I'm interested to see what happens. They lost Iggy because of that, which I don't know.
Right. That's right. Yeah.
I don't know. Like he's a big reason why they beat the Rockets last year. They don't make it past the Rockets. Did he play in that Rockets series? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't think like D'Angelo Russell. You can't be acting like that dude's gonna be some sort of truth for your team. He was real good last season, but putting him together with Steph Curry, I guess, and then Klay Thompson, if he even stays there for long enough, for when Klay Thompson gets back, I don't see that actually working out positively at all.
Yeah, I don't because then it would be Klay Thompson. They don't have a small forward because Iggy's gone, so it'd be Klay being the small forward, D'Angelo Russell being the shooting guard, and Steph being the point, or he can be the bench. But it's just like it'd be the same issues they had with KD. It's just they were really thin. They were top heavy, so they'll still be top heavy.
And now they just got less. Yeah, they're top heavy, but now with like a weaker top.
Yeah, a weaker top. So I mean, so I do understand why people are skeptical about this being the only move. So I do feel like there's something else coming up, but I really don't know. I don't know. I think.
Yeah, because that fool is on a fat contract.
It's huge. He got maxed out.
D'Angelo Russell's like getting paid hella money.
I think it's like 113 or 117 over 4 years.
Jeez.
He's got.
And they're gonna max out Klay.
He already got his max. Like they're strapped. Like it's basically having KD on the team. Like that's KD. Like he's getting paid a little under KD money. So I don't know where the Warriors move from here because they still got to build their bench. I always thought it would have been better if they just let KD walk and build a bench because then they could have ran it.
If they let KD walk and just make like solid, just like mid-tier signings.
Yeah.
Like if they brought in like a Brook Lopez and brought in like
Thaddeus
some of these
Young.
other guys, like Thaddeus Young, then they're still playoff and like title contenders if like Klay came back.
Yeah. At
like 100%.
See, okay, so I was a little disappointed. So the biggest reason why I'm kind of rejecting this D'Angelo Russell thing is because I wanted to see like 2016 Warriors again, like when Steph was just like out of control. It was just Steph, Klay, Draymond, and a really good bench, and that team was like out of control. That's the 73 win team. So I mean, I think it would have been really, really cool to see that team, with a bench versus the field, because like, I mean, without getting off topic, the field is like as open as ever. Because now, like, everybody has their, like, own little kingdom now. You got, like, LeBron, the Warriors, the Clippers if they get Kawhi, even the Jazz. You got the Nuggets that want to compete. Jimmy's. Oh, let's just without just going without going ahead too far. But I got one
Yeah.
question. One question about this the KD and Kyrie thing. It turns out the Knicks didn't want to max out KD because they weren't because his Achilles. I thought that was the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Who are the Knicks? Who are the Knicks?
They're idiots. They're idiots for doing that because for damn sure they have the money to max out someone for absolutely no reason.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I get it. He got injured, but even just to have him on your team, that's giving your team like more publicity,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And then if it doesn't pan out, he doesn't have a great season, guaranteed someone's still willing to give you a shit ton of like picks or something of quality just to get him onto their team.
Mm-hmm.
He's a top 3. He's top 3 player in the league when he's healthy.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you max that out?
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, no, I agree. Like I thought that was asinine because, bro, you guys been maxing out bum players for your entire existence? Didn't Eddie Curry get like maxed out?
Smart decision,
bro. Like you guys want to be smart now? Let's be real. Kevin Durant with one Achilles is probably the greatest player to ever be a Knick. If he was a Knick, he would be the one Achilles. KD would probably be the greatest player in the history of Knicks history. Not even close.
That's so true.
What is like Patrick Ewing? They'd have Patrick Ewing, Carmelo, Walt Frazier, Bernard King. KD would be the greatest. And honestly, Kyrie would probably be the second automatically. And they didn't even give them the opportunity to. They didn't want to max him out. So it's like, shout out to Knicks fans. You guys are going through it, man. Shout out.
They don't even have Porzingis.
Shout out to Knicks fans, man. That's another thing. You traded Porzingis. If I trade Porzingis, I gotta get KD. I have to get KD. I would say KD will sign you, your brother, Kyrie, whoever you want. We'll take them all. We'll sign your uncle. Do everything.
When all this started happening, I was talking to G, and I'm going to kind of go into who they ended up getting in free agency.
Mm-hmm.
But we're like, initially when the Knicks were the worst team in the league, all the Knicks fans were stupid hyped because they're like, we're going to get Zion.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have all this cap space, so they're like, we're going to get Zion, KD, and Kyrie, and we're going to be set. And then it ends up, they don't get Zion. They end up getting RJ Barrett, who I respect. I think he's going to be sick. But they end up signing freaking Julius Randle, the rip off Zion for a huge deal. Just rip off Zion. That's what they ended up with. And they signed Bobby Portis.
Yeah, OG Bobby Portis. The sneak puncher.
What did they end up with, dude? Freaking Bobby Portis, freaking Julius Randle, and just a bunch of other clowns that are that quality.
See, that's the thing though. They really didn't. They just see that's the thing, and we'll talk about this more in the King section. They panicked. I think this was a panic because what they should have done if you didn't get anybody, don't sign anybody.
Yeah.
Just build through your young core. Because there's no real need to do it. You could just start to rebuild. Because you already have Dennis Smith Jr., you got Kevin Knox, you got RJ Barrett, you got some young talent there. I think Mitchell Robinson or whatever. You got talent.
Oh yeah, that's
right. You got stuff there. So there's no need for you to do anything crazy. And they just threw away money to 3 power forwards. They're not even centers. 3 power forwards.
I know.
So it's and you already. So now is Kevin Knox their small forward, or is their power forward, or is he just lost minutes now? There's
He has to go small forward.
yeah. So there you go.
Julius Randle has to be a power forward. He
Yeah,
can't do anything.
and then Bobby Portis is a center because Taj Gibson is there too. Taj Gibson's there.
Oh, that's right.
Now
What
I
do
don't.
they do?
I don't know. I don't know. They just,
Willie Cauley-Stein's gonna sign with them too.
Yo, I don't know where that fool's gonna go. He's the. We'll get to that when we get to the King section. But so okay, the next biggest, I say the next one after that would be the Philadelphia 76ers and the Miami Heat situation. So I did not see Jimmy going to the Heat.
No, I didn't either until I saw, like, obviously it was Woj who put something out on Twitter. He was like, Jimmy Butler was really impressed by Dwayne Wade's retirement from Miami because I guess he played in that game or in his last game. And I was like, so does that mean he wants to go to Miami? And then he ended up signing, or not signing, but was it signing or was it trade or some?
I think it was a sign and trade.
It was the sign and trade where he ends up going there, which I did not expect it.
Yes.
But I mean, he's just trying to be the next D Wade, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I don't so that's the thing though. Like I don't see Jimmy as like the player that's going.
Wait, did Jimmy Butler go to fucking Marquette too?
Yeah. Yeah.
Holy shit. He is trying to be the next D Wade.
He is. But I don't see Jimmy moving the needle like Dwayne Wade could. Unless they're able to attract some people. I like the team. I mean, basically it's like that team was like pretty close to making the playoffs. And basically you take Josh Richardson and then you give him a moonstone and he evolves into Jimmy. So it's like you got an evolved form of Josh Richardson. So like I like him, and Justice Winslow's gonna keep on getting better. They got Bam down there,
true.
And then they traded. They got rid of Hassan Whiteside though. They sent him to the Portland Trailblazers.
I think that's a solid decision.
I think it was too. I think it was great. He was just starting to get too slow with the modern game, and he was kind of full of himself. If you ask me, he was like.
Yeah, he was.
He was starting to kind of full of himself. So I think that was a good move. I do like the Heat. I think I saw an article where they said DeMarcus Cousins was in talk with the Heat, which would be interesting. If Boogie's healthy,
it would be a solid move.
Yeah, if Boogie is healthy, like let's say Boogie's healthy, he's able to get his strength back, get his legs strengthened, and he gets to like any version of he used to be. That's a nice little 1-2 punch with him and Jimmy. That's it. That's a nice 1-2 punch. So they could have something there if everything works out, and I'm hoping it does, because we always look after our Kings even when they're gone. So,
And they drafted that kid from Kentucky.
Which one?
That Tyler Hero kid.
Oh yeah.
I think they drafted him high, but he might have like that random Kentucky dude could ball out for no reason.
That is true. I do like that. So
they're actually looking pretty positive.
I like it.
Everything that they've done.
And it's Miami, so it's good because it's like warm year round, so you don't get. I guess it's good for your body. You're not in the cold all the time.
Yeah.
So that's good. I'm hoping Boogie signs there, give him a chance, and he'll make the playoffs for sure. So I like that move.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I just like Boogie in the playoffs. Boogie got to be in the playoffs from now on. And I hope he gets some money because, So the team that they didn't, the team that Jimmy left, the 76ers, so they lose J.J. Redick. And
right.
Which I thought that was I didn't think they would lose him. But instead, they re-signed Tobias Harris and they signed Al Horford. Oh, no. They paid both of them. Both
of those two. Tobias Harris and Al Horford got paid fat contracts.
They got paid fatly. Don't get me wrong, Tobias Harris is a good piece, but dang. I'm you guys are the Philadelphia 76ers you guys are title contenders with great pieces. I don't think you guys gotta overpay people. That's what the Sacramentos of the world has to do. Sacramento's have to overpay
Yeah, I know.
to keep people, but not. I didn't think Philadelphia would do that, but I think they were dead set on keeping Jimmy. And when that kind of fell through, and they realized Jimmy didn't want to be there, regardless of what they had. I think they were just like, yo, we gotta dish it out. We gotta pay, and they did big time. And it's
And
crazy.
what's crazy is, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I was gonna say it's crazy because Ben Simmons is gonna get maxed out, and I think Embiid's already maxed out.
Yeah, they're gonna have so many maxed out players. They're gonna have like 1 cent to spend for the rest of their team. The craziest part is that they signed Al Horford to that stupid fat deal for his age, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, what? You already have Joel Embiid.
How does that work?
What do you mean? You're gonna put both of those guys on the court at the same time?
How does that
Come
work?
on.
Like, and then people were telling me it was like Al Horford can shoot threes.
You're right, he can.
He can.
You're so right.
He can. But it's not
Al
about
Horford could also guard Pascal Siakam, huh?
bro. Somebody, oh dang, bro. It was one of the announcers. She said I was watching like the Jump or something. She's like a basketball player. She said Al Horford can guard all 5 positions.
Rip.
I was like, whoa. I was like, this dude is literally the best basketball player in the world. Then I've never seen that before, and he was slowing down. Yo,
Yeah.
see, there was a surprise bidder for Al Horford. There was 2 teams that wanted to get Al Horford, and we were one of them. We were really going to give him 4 years, 117.
I was stressing, bro.
I was too.
Actually stressing. I was like, I do not want that.
The
I
Kingdom,
don't want him locked up on the Kings.
bro. The Kingdom wanted him bad. I did not
What is
understand.
wrong with people, bro?
I did not understand why, but they wanted him bad. With our luck, he would have a halfway decent year, and then he would just fall off a cliff the last 3.
Oh, for sure.
It's us. There's no way that would turn out right. So like with the 76ers, I'm gonna ask you because their lineup is now Ben Simmons, Josh Richardson, Tobias Harris, Embiid, and Horford. I mean, are they the contenders? Are they the favorites in the East now?
No. Well, I guess. No. I don't know. I have to wait till the rest of the East pans out. I think they're still like top 3 as of right now.
They have to be. So let's go to one of our.
Just because the East is kind of shite now.
I don't think so. Well, I think the East is probably. I think the East is just as strong as the West now. Because they go deep. They go deeper now. I think you got to look at it differently.
Oh yeah.
Because look, check this out. And I mean, I think a lot of it depends on what Kawhi does. Because if he goes to the Raptors, that's the champions in the East. But check this out.
Yeah.
Okay, because this involves 2 teams. The Pacers got better, and then the Bucks are still the Bucks. So, what do you like the Bucks moves? Like they brought back Middleton, they brought back Brook Lopez, but they weren't able to bring back Brogdon. Do you like their moves?
But they brought in the other Lopez.
Oh yeah, they brought in Robin Lopez. I don't care about. I forgot somebody.
I'm so down with that.
Somebody liked that move. I know that the brothers combination, but I didn't really care for that move. It's just Robin Lopez. It's just Robin Lopez.
I don't think it's like something that'll put them over the top. I just think it's hilarious that they're going to be playing on the same team.
It probably will be.
I like the Bucks though. They're still like. It's just like a consistent. I feel like they'll still be like. They'll probably be the number 1 team in the East.
No, I like the Bucks too.
Record-wise.
I like the Bucks too, and I think what it is at this point now it's just Giannis has to get a jump shot, like for real.
Yeah.
He has to get a jump shot now because like they maxed out Middleton, which is I think he's overrated.
Yeah, I do too. I think that's iffy maxing out someone like. But I mean, they have to.
They had to.
He was their
second
best player.
Yeah, no. So like I get it, why they had to, but I think he was a little iffy. And then so they have their team, the same team from last year. So they're just gonna run it back, and like I'm all for that. But I think I just think they didn't get better, and I think you can argue that Philadelphia got better, but at the same time, Philly's weird. You can argue that they got better. You can argue that they got worse. So I don't know. Um,
Yeah, it's hard to gauge how Philadelphia is, but yeah, I think the Bucks will still be the best team, and then I'm just curious to see what Philadelphia's starting lineup is going to look like. Like, if they actually start Joel Embiid and Al Horford, that's fucked.
Like, but you have to because they're both making like $30 million a year.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe that.
Okay, so a big part of the Bucks, Malcolm Brogdon, he headed over to the Pacers, and now, depending on how Oladipo gets healthy, Oladipo and Malcolm Brogdon, that's a pretty decent backcourt. And they got T.J. Warren from the Suns for picks, for second-round picks. They have Sabonis, and they have Miles Turner. I feel like the Pacers.
It's a cool little team.
It's a nice little team there, Depending on how they turn out and cohesion, they can scare somebody in the playoffs. I mean, I don't think any of these teams are like unbeatable.
Yeah, I don't see them doing I don't see that the Pacers team being like some sort of they can make some miracle run to the finals.
Mm-hmm.
I could see them shaking up the first round, messing a team up in the first round, just because when Oladipo is healthy, when he was healthy at least, that dude can ball out.
Yeah,
and he legit showed that when he's like the guy, he could be the guy.
Yeah, no.
So then just adding solid players around him with Miles Turner got defense. Sabonis is actually
really
a baller.
He's nice.
So yeah, I could see them doing some damage.
So
Malcolm Brogdon, I'm still I'm iffy on him.
I am as well. I am as well.
I like him. I don't know why he was such a.
Well, I think it's because
item.
We don't watch a lot of Bucks games. It's literally impossible. Yeah. So I think his value. I know it's his advanced metrics are really good, and he was part of the 50-40-90 club. So
shit.
Yeah, which is surprising. I wouldn't expect it, but yeah. So it's his advanced statistics are really good. So that played a huge part in why he got the money, and deservingly so.
Yeah.
So I mean, so we're hitting all the teams, and there's gonna be some things we miss, just because they're not the big things. Like Vucevic re-signed with the Magic. That doesn't really.
The Magic made a couple other moves, right? They got.
I don't know.
Alfred Aminu.
They did, huh?
And they got some other guy. But I was just it's a pretty solid move. That's just how I was it's not really gonna do much for them.
Yeah,
they might make the playoffs.
I don't. Yeah, I'd have to see. The playoffs is different now. Playoffs are a little deeper. Big move.
We'll just have to look at that later.
Later. But big move that flew under the radar. The boy Derrick Rose ended up on the Pistons.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Boy Derrick Rose on the cheap. I wish we picked him up, but I think Derrick Rose is gonna help them get to the playoffs. I think he's gonna help them.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome. I love how Derrick Rose is still in it.
Still getting checks. So another East 6. I feel I think we're hitting all the East teams right now, which is it worked out pretty well. The Hornets and the Celtics basically swap point guards, right? Isn't Terry Rose there? No.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. I mean, I guess they swap starting point guard for the Celtics backup point guard, but yeah, that's a point guard swap.
So it's interesting because I don't know how I feel about this one either because so you get Terry Rozier, who's not better than Kemba Walker, and you saw what Kemba Walker was able to do with the Hornets, which was never really make the playoffs. So it's how do you expect Terry Rozier to do anything better? And then on the other side, it's Kemba Walker's not Kyrie Irving, and the Celtics are still the same. Kemba Walker and okay, so let me scratch that. So Kemba Walker and Kyrie Irving do similar things, but he's not Kyrie. He's not as good as Kyrie though. And so you put him on the Celtics. I don't see this team as a contender. I think they fall back. I think this team is.
I could see the Celtics sticking around.
You like him as a? I
I
think I
like
see it.
Kemba.
I see a fifth.
I really like Kemba Walker.
I like
That's the
Kemba.
problem. I'm massive on Kemba Walker just because of what he did in that damn March Madness.
Yeah.
Freaking cardiac Kemba, dude. That was so hype.
No, I'm not.
I don't know. The only thing for the Celtics, I don't know who they have at center now.
In his canner.
Oh shit, that's right. Ooh, top three in the East.
No, hell no.
You heard it here first.
No, hell no. I think they're about six. They're six. Yep. They're a fifth or sixth seed. They're a fifth or sixth seed, depending on what Kawhi does. You know, this is all contingent on Kawhi's moves. But
yeah, that's true.
So,
but I could see like maybe Kemba. Yeah, he's like similar to Kyrie, but I don't think he's as dominant. I think he'll share the ball more. Maybe Gordon Hayward actually ball out next season.
Yeah, that's the one thing you got. So you got the development of Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, the improvement of Gordon Hayward and Kemba Walker being there, no drama. But they also lost Al Horford, who was a huge piece of their offense and who they were. So that's why I kind of see them falling back, but I can see them getting better. Well, so we'll see, and they still got Marcus Smart, Morris, so they're still a decent team, and I think that's pretty much like all the major moves in the East, right?
Yeah, I just want to say, sorry to the Charlotte Hornets fans because y'all got wrecked, bro, and Kemba had to move on. He had to go to some team that gave him a chance. I think he stayed with you guys for 8 years, so.
Yeah. No hard feelings.
Don't hate on him. And I'm sorry that now. I mean, I like Terry Rozier, so have fun. You know?
See, that's the thing with the Hornets. This was really good.
They got wrecked,
bro. But this is really good for them because they were like mediocre. Like they were the worst kind of mediocre. They could never get a high draft pick because Kemba was too good. But they could never make the playoffs.
That's so true.
They could never make the playoffs because the team wasn't good enough. So it's like, you just had to get rid of Kemba so you could finally like blow it up and rebuild. And they had all these fat, ugly contracts like Nicholas Batumba. He signed like a 4-year or 5-year 125. They had all these ugly they probably still have ugly contracts. So what they need to do is just get rid of those contracts and, rebuild. And they finally have a chance to do that now. Finally have a chance. So
yeah, they just have to commit
to the rebuild.
Commit to the shit.
Mm-hmm. And that's how you got to do when you're a small market, as we know. But on the
poor MJ
on the west side,
whoa, dude,
west side, biggest move on the west side, biggest move on the west side. I gotta keep on saying that was LeBron James getting his little bird. Figured.
Oh yeah.
Anthony Davis is a bird, but getting him onto the Lakers, and I had a sneaky suspicion that this was all a conspiracy theory. Have we talked about my conspiracy theory on the Lakers?
Maybe. I think just let's go over it again. Refreshers.
Okay, so LeBron James, right? The NBA secretly wants LeBron James in the playoffs. They want him in the playoffs. They want him in the finals. They want him to be a champion because LeBron James is big money, right? He's money, and they want to pay him the respect because he got his butt kicked in so many championships that they can't say he's the GOAT now. But people, the media, the NBA, they want him at least in the conversation. The only way to do that is have him, try to win a championship. So they want him to do this. So, they put up with him, being the GM and doing this and tampering and doing all that stuff. But he doesn't get punished because, that he's backed by the NBA. So this whole Pelicans drama happens, which was coerced by LeBron James and Rich Paul. I don't care what allegedly, you could say alleged, but it was them. It was, they basically pimped Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis didn't make that decision on his own. They pimped him. Like there's nothing about it. They pimped him
I
and
agree
said,
with that.
"Let's get you to LA so you can work for Daddy." That's what happened. Um, that doesn't go through because like owners don't like it, GMs don't like it. So the Pelicans are like, "We're not gonna do this deal. We're not gonna make you happy." Even though that was like the best deal on the table, they still didn't. So they weren't going to let Anthony. So Anthony Davis was going to have a year left on his contract, right? So he could have went anywhere. But the NBA knows they need Anthony Davis in LA so they can help LeBron at least be competitive. At the very least, be competitive.
Mm-hmm.
And so what do? What do? They give the Lakers the fourth pick in the draft when everyone in the world knows the Lakers have no business having the fourth pick. Why does the Lakers get the fourth pick? Oh, probability, the fate of the balls, luck, lottery? No. It's because the fourth pick was used to sweeten the draft package, right? And then the reason why the Pelicans got the first pick in the draft is because Adam Silverman was probably like, oh, he went to like the owner of the Pelicans, was like, sorry, you went through this. We'll try to make it better by giving you the number one pick in the draft. And you're lucky because this is the number one pick in the draft, has a potential franchise changing talent. So you lose a franchise changing talent, and we'll give you one, and we'll also give you the fourth pick in the draft. The Lakers will have it, but if you complete that trade, they'll have to put that pick into the trade package. And so you get the first and the fourth pick of this draft. How does that sound? Plus, you get Lonzo Ingram and Hart and those guys. So then that greased the wheels for the Pelicans to just be like, all right, let's make this deal. Even though we weren't going to make it 4 months ago, we'll make it now because the NBA was in on it all along. This is the deal struck between LeBron and NBA and the owner of the Pelicans, and allegedly, this is all a conspiracy theory, but I think it's right. Sorry about the rant.
I agree that right when they got that fourth pick, I was like, oh, they're for sure getting AD.
Mm-hmm.
And then what adds to it is that fool waived his the trade money that he was supposed to get because he's gonna be in freaking Space Jam.
Yep.
Like that's what pissed me off. I was like, you gotta be shitting me, dude. Oh, I'm tired of it. Just let LeBron freaking fizzle out into retirement, and I'll be happy.
I wish
we don't have to keep sending him into the playoffs.
We don't need him anymore. Like the league is in really good hands. The league is in great hands, especially now that Zion's in the league. He's just box office excitement. Like there's just excitement all around him, and not to mention we got Luka Doncic too. We got Ben Simmons. We got Embiid. We got Giannis. We got the young Sacramento Kings. We got KD's coming back. Steph. There's so much excitement in the league that we just don't need LeBron anymore. And it's like it's
we don't.
We just don't need him. I'm kind of ready for him to retire to move on to different storylines and have different people. I'm tired of I've had 17 years now or whatever. How long have you been in the league? Forever. This is
too many.
We're good. We're good on the LeBron James experience. He's won 3 chips. He's one of the greatest of all time. But thank you, LeBron. Hopefully, after this contract, he's done. Hopefully.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. You can go. Hopefully. So that was that deal. Obviously, that deal sent a lot of young guys to the Pelicans. So the Pelicans are super young. Got a lot of young talent in the Pelicans.
The Pelicans are hyped now.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they turn out. Did you want to talk about them, or you wanted to get into Mike Conley being on the Jazz?
Oh, I mean, I guess it's a good move.
It's a decent move.
It's like Mike Conley now is like, yeah, dude was solid on the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
And deserves everything he's getting right now, like the fat contracts, just because he put in the work with the Grizzlies. But I don't know.
It's kind of like it's over.
Yeah, it's older Mike Conley, and I don't find it very attractive. It's just old Mike Conley.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he's really.
I haven't seen him play and been like, I've seen him play, but I haven't seen him play in a while. and just seen it and been like, damn, Mike Conley can ball still.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just like it's Mike Conley is Mike Conley. Like you could still have Ricky Rubio, and I'd still be like, man, that's solid.
Yeah.
Just as solid as Mike Conley. You know,
No, I
I don't
agree.
know.
I think the biggest thing it just takes ball handling pressure from uh, Mitchell.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's relevant.
Yeah, I think
I don't
that's
know.
what it was. So I mean, and Ricky Rubio just wasn't shooting. He just couldn't shoot anymore. So
Yeah.
so I think that's hilarious. Like Mike Conley can shoot great. He can control the offense. He's just really he's solid. So that's why. That's why. I'm trying to think. The Rockets they didn't make any moves because they were trying to do everything they could to get Jimmy, and Jimmy kind of burned them. He rejected that. Uh, Nuggets didn't make any moves that I can think of.
They just re-signed, or extended Jamal Murray with a fat ass contract.
Oh, they got it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that happened. So there's that.
I think they re-signed.
Whatever.
They think they re-signed. What's that for? Paul Millsap.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
That's the Nuggets.
Yeah. Let's see who else we got in the. Like I'm saying, as far as like there's been some small moves, but as far as big moves, not a lot happened in the West as much as the East. I'm trying to think. Is there anybody else? I think the Trailblazers they got Hassan Whiteside, which is I don't even know how that makes sense because they got Yoki, they got
Oh, they got Nurkic.
Nurkic,
Yeah.
they got Nurkic there. Unless Nurkic isn't healthy enough to play, like, are you running both of them side by side? They're just the same player, similar.
I
Are you having like a 20?
What's up with these teams stocking up on big ass dudes?
Bro, we were all about the Twin Towers, but that was like in 2012, 2013, man. You can't do Twin Towers anymore unless they can like we got Twin Towers like with Bagley and Giles, but like they can pass and do other things. Hassan Whiteside is like a center, like just block shots.
Yeah, I don't know. They'll probably still be good though.
No, they will.
And I mean, it's not like a move it's not a bad move.
Yeah.
Just now they have two centers.
And they also got Ken Bazemore earlier, so there's that too.
Oh yeah.
Anything else in the East? I mean, the West.
There's just one team that's important to talk about now.
Honestly, like I just wanted to get all these. I'm trying to check and see if anybody done anything.
Well, okay. The only other thing I want to say is, if Kawhi goes anywhere that's not Toronto, I just hope it's to the Clippers. That's it.
Yeah.
Just go to the Clippers. Just at least because that'll keep it more balanced.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I agree with you. I'm hoping that he doesn't go to the Lakers. I'm praying that he doesn't go to the Lakers.
If he goes to the Lakers, I'll be hurt.
I hope he just stays with the Raptors. To tell you the truth.
Yeah, that would actually be nice, but it's not seeming positive.
No, not at all. Okay, so that was the free agency wrap up for the NBA. Now we're gonna spend like the last however long it takes to discuss the dealings that went on in the capital of the state of California, Sacramento. So our man Vladi, okay, I gotta say this before anything. I'm proud of him. I think he's starting to really understand this whole GMing thing. You know, he so first move, re-signed Harrison Barnes.
And I think it's still less money.
Yeah, I think originally he was at 25, and then we got it down to like 22 the first year, and then I think it keeps on decreasing. And I read that in like his last year of his deal, his contract will only be worth 14%, worth fourteen
Hmm.
percent of our salary cap. So which means
Oh, solid.
yeah, when Fox, Bagley, Buddy, Giles, and Bogey need to get their money, we'll have the room. And Barnes won't even factor into it. Well, 14% is a decent amount, but it's not like 50% of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not what some of these contracts are right now.
And I think a lot
Like
of
in 4 years, Al Horford's contract will still be like 30% of Philadelphia's
yeah, like what is it?
cap space.
Yeah, he's getting 30 mil a year, and that fool's gonna be like not gonna be able to walk. Um,
Yeah.
so I had some. There were some people that really didn't care for the Harrison Barnes re-signing. They said they felt that we
They're
paid
tripping,
yeah.
bro.
They said we overpaid.
I don't think we overpaid. Look at what Tobias Harris just got paid.
He got paid
We got the
fast.
same player.
See, my thing with Harrison Barnes is like, I mean, he plays well, he fits what we need, and he helped us out. And I think it was a great pickup, and we finally
Yeah, he's exactly the position that we need, like the most,
hmm
like that we have no depth at. There's no chance we swing one of these big ass names like Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, or Kawhi Leonard to fill that void. And we already have a guy who has gelled well with the team for the second half of the season,
hmm
and it's just like solid, like all around solid. Could play the three, could play the four, could shoot the ball.
can
So
defend.
he could defend, and he has a solid post up game actually.
Oh yeah, really good.
So I don't see why people would be upset with it. I might be biased because I've always been like huge fan of Harrison Barnes for no reason other than the fact that like when he went to North Carolina, someone said he was the next coming of Michael Jordan, and he did not do well in North Carolina. And usually guys like that, I try to pull for. I just like I like it. That's why that's why one of my top players of all time is still got to be Antoine Bennett.
No boy, no boy, oh boy. Here we go. Here we go.
I
But
can't wait for my boy Antoine Bennett to come
well,
through in the clutch.
okay. Um, like so after that, the small forward position was completely solidified by signing Trevor Ariza to a 2-year, $25 million deal. And I know it seems like a lot, but Vladdy has this trick. I don't know how he gets players to sign on to it, but he partially guarantees the second year. So, so it's not even like it's a full 25 mil. It's a 2-year deal, partially guaranteed. First year he gets paid. Doesn't work out. Second year you don't have to pay him another 12.5 million. We can just cut our losses. How do you feel about picking up Trevor Ariza?
I like Trevor Ariza. I've always liked him, and when Houston lost Trevor Ariza in last free agency or in a trade, whatever happened, I was like, you guys are idiots.
Mm-hmm.
Like Trevor Ariza is like one of those glue guys that kept that team together. So I love having him on the team. Just like and he's not, I don't think he's as old as Vince Carter was when he came to the Kings, but I like him in that sort of like, this dude's a veteran.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely like has playoff experience and has been there. And he's just like solid. Still, he's like a solid ass player.
Yep.
Like I'm actually interested, like, what is our starting lineup going to be?
That's a really good question. That's a really good question.
Like, would it be Fox, Hield? Would they start Ariza or Barnes?
I think
three.
See, that's the thing. I don't know.
Or would it be like Fox, Hield, Ariza, Barnes, and Bagley?
I think for sure. I think the for sure 3. No, I think there's for sure 4 that you have to start. I think you have to start Fox. There's no question about it. And
yeah,
Fox and Buddy, after what they did last year, like they start, and then you don't pay somebody $22 million a year and then have them come off the bench. So Barnes is starting. Then Bagley starts because next right behind Fox, I would say he's looked at as like our future superstar. So those two have to start. So like
maybe then it's like matchup specific, like against one team, maybe Ariza starts because they're more small ball against another team, like the Trailblazers, who are going to have
seven
Nurkic and
seven
Whiteside
centers,
playing at the same time. Then we play Giles at the 4.
Yeah, and Bagley.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I like the fluidity. So speaking of like our bigs, we signed Dwayne Dedmon to a nice little deal in his last year.
Shit, I forgot about that.
His last year is partially he's on 3 year, I think 40 million or 41 or whatever. But he's partially guaranteed in his last year as well, which is another like solid, Vlade gets these guys on these cap friendly deals, which is really great because it shows that he's thinking about who our real core is, and he's trying to keep that core intact, but trying to keep players that help develop these guys and help them win. You like Dwayne Dedmon?
I really like Dwayne Dedmon just because he does everything that a center can do and more. Like he actually rebounds, he actually blocks shots, and he can hit a 3,
which is crazy.
Solid.
Yeah, I mean, with this pickup, it's just pretty much only thing you can do is compare him to Willie Cauley-Stein. And if you have a big that can rebound and that's going to try to rebound and try to block shots, I think it's a huge improvement over what we've been having. And also, this one came out, I think, just today. We signed Richard Holmes to a deal.
Rashawn Holmes?
Yeah, Rashard Holmes.
No shit.
Yeah.
That dude's hype.
He killed us last year when we played the Suns.
That dude rebounds like 1,000 times a game.
I know. He's like a more Montrezl Harrell type player. And so I was
gonna say Reggie Evans.
Bro, so when we play the Clippers, that fool's getting a lot of playing time. So
yeah,
I'm excited for that because, like, I think the front office really went into this offseason saying we have issues and we need to get those issues fixed. One of our biggest issues was
they have definitely covered like our holes.
Yes, they covered our issues. Because biggest issue was rebounding and shot blocking. They got Rashard Holmes who can rebound, and they got Dwayne Dedmon who can block shots and rebound. So that helps with our rebounding. And then they went with we never really had a strong small forward rotation in the history of Kings since like Peja and Ron Artest, and they went out and they re-signed Harrison Barnes, and they got Trevor Ariza, so that shores up the small forward position. And then last year, we didn't really have a backup that, was consistent throughout the year. 1 minute it'll be Frank Mason, next minute it'll be Yogi Ferrell, and then Bogey had to pick up some point guard duties because Jaeger didn't really feel comfortable. So, but they went out and they got the boy, Corey Joseph.
Solid signings.
Really, I just like Corey Joseph because, like, I don't think he's a 3-point shooter, but he can play defense, facilitate, and he can score.
We have like a sick little like defensive unit. Because you have like De'Aaron Fox, Corey Joseph, Trevor Ariza, Dwayne Dedmon, and then I don't know who else you would throw in there, but
I think
really anybody else.
Yeah, I think Giles is a little better defensively than Marvin Bagley right now. I do like Giles' defense, so I would say Giles will be in there. But at the same time, Harrison Barnes plays pretty good D, so you might do something where you go, like you said, Fox, Corey Joseph, Harrison Barnes, and Trevor Ariza switch. They just keep on switching, so they're the 3 and the 4, and then Dedmon at the 5. Or you can go Giles at the 5 if you got to get more speed. So there's a lot of versatility with that defensive lineup, and I do like that you brought that up.
Yeah, we actually have like a lot of defense now, which is awesome.
Yeah, because we didn't lose any offense with losing Willie. I don't even
Yeah,
know.
it's
I don't.
freaking hype, dude. Our team is hype again.
We improved. Like you can we got better.
And we didn't even draft and we didn't even talk about the draft guys. I was gonna
Oh,
say we didn't even have like a first round draft pick.
didn't even have a first round. Didn't have a first round draft pick. But I'm telling you, I really feel good about these two guys that we drafted, Kyle Guy and Justin James. Those guys, they look like solid second round picks. I think
Yeah,
they're
I
playing.
agree.
They're playing right now in the summer league. I'm not, or in the California Classic. I'm not sure how that is turning out. It is on NBA TV. I do not have it, but so we'll probably get some highlights from them sooner or later. Um, oh, side
Right when you
note,
said that, I tried to go look at it. Was it
Jimmy Fredette is playing in the Warriors Kings game. He had 7 points in
for the
3 minutes.
Warriors
Yeah,
or for the
He's
Kings?
playing for the Warriors.
Damn.
Traitor.
I'd have been hype if he was on the Kings.
Wasn't Jimmer like averaging like 62 points a game or something like that in like China?
Dude was Chinese god.
And then he comes over here and he can only score 7 points in the summer league game. Dude, that's crazy. I guess the NBA is really that much better. But so I am very optimistic about this season. I think going into this free agency, I think Vladdy would have liked to have gotten a superstar, but at the same time, I think he trusts it's just he believes in our young guys, and he's just like
Yeah.
hopefully he's like I'm a superstar. He believes that a superstar will develop out of Fox, but he's kind of reaching his prime as far as potential, but Fox, mainly Fox, Bagley, and Giles. Those are the three guys where he's like, maybe something can come out of these guys, or all three of them can be something. And let me just keep on putting core pieces around them in order to help them make it. So I like the approach. He didn't panic because we couldn't get Al Horford. It turned out that Al Horford rejected us. Patrick Beverley rejected us. So the guys that he wanted, they rejected us, and he didn't respond with panicking and giving like $100 million to Enes Kanter or trying to trade for. There was rumors that the Kings wanted to trade for Clint Capella, the guy that got exposed in the playoffs, and we didn't trade for Hassan Whiteside. We didn't do anything crazy, so I'm happy. I'm proud of Vladdy. Good job, Vladdy. Good on you, my man.
Yeah, I'm proud of him too, but I'm still gonna hold my breath until all this stuff passes through, because you never know. That dude might make some crazy ass move.
Bro, I don't know. I think we're. I don't think we have any money left. I think we should be good. We should be good, man. We should be good.
Well, I'm definitely hyped as well.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for this
This
season.
is exciting.
I'm excited for the season because it's wide open too. It's a wide open season.
I'm excited for them to come out with the Suicide Squad rendition of our team now.
This suicide was. I don't know. I don't know if this is Suicide Squad. This squad is like.
No, I'm just expecting someone to come up with some sort of music video thingy like that again.
I hope
that
they
shit
do.
was hype.
I hope they do. They
I'm
got
trying to be on that hype level again.
I hope so because this team deserves it. This team could really. This team could really do something. I mean, it's tough because like only one team might fall the playoffs. And that's the Clippers if Kawhi doesn't come and the Lakers take that spot. But I can see this team winning easily 45 games this year, just because.
Yeah, it'll definitely be exciting.
Oh yeah, and yeah, I feel like the NBA is just in a better position. It's in the best position it's ever been. NBA just keeps getting better.
Yeah, it does. Except for if Kawhi goes to the Lakers, then I'm just gonna
Oof.
I'm just gonna go resent the NBA again for another 3 months.
It would have to, if Kawhi goes to the Lakers, then somebody has to go to the Nets. Got to balance out the powers that be. Somebody has to go to the Nets. There's no if, and, or but. I'm petitioning right now.
If Kawhi goes to the Lakers, is that a worse move, or is it worse than KD going to the Warriors?
I mean, the optics are a little different because at least Kawhi won a chip, right? And
I know.
Kawhi won a chip, so and he's won two before, so Kawhi is Kawhi. It don't matter. LeBron didn't make the playoffs. You know, he didn't make the playoffs. And Anthony Davis is a bird, so you know, I don't. People might say that it's the same as KD, but it's really not because Anthony Davis isn't a winner. I don't care what you say, what anybody says. He hasn't won anything. He had a team with Julius Randle, Mirotic, Elfrid Payton, Drew Holiday, and he couldn't win anything. And he's a superstar. The Clippers made the playoffs and they have no superstar. We were fighting for a playoff spot. And we had no superstar. Supposedly he's a legitimate superstar, but he's really not. So I would say that I would be like, man, why'd you do it? But calling it like when LeBron in his prime hooked up with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, or like when KD joined the Warriors, I don't think it's that. If anything,
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think KD's move was the weakest move I've ever seen in free agency.
Yeah.
And then the LeBron's three-headed monster was up there along with it.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue.
But I didn't know at the time it was soft.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't argue with you if anybody felt that Kawhi's move would be soft, but just I don't know, just Kawhi's just a different guy.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying to somebody. I was like, the Raptors can't be mad. He gave them he literally gave them exactly what they wanted, a championship. Mm-hmm. So you can't be mad if he leaves, especially if the entire time he was trying to be traded, he was just like, I just want to go home.
Yeah, he just wanted to go to LA. Yeah.
And that's literally all that's going through his head is like, I just want to go home, play basketball.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if he goes to LA, he's going to LA. You can't stop that.
You really can't. So, like, yeah, it's why I don't know. I just can't be mad at Kawhi because I know Kawhi just don't care.
Yeah, I won't be mad. I'll probably be more mad at LeBron James to be honest.
Because he needs the help.
Yeah.
I think it says more about LeBron, if anything, that this dude is supposed to be the greatest of all time, but he really can't win without like help.
Yeah, without like two other big stars.
Yeah, he can't
like
win.
Kawhi literally just did it with a bunch of like ragtag guys, kind of.
Yeah. Like I mean, if you look at like I said, it looks worse on I think it looks worse on like LeBron because LeBron needs two other of the top 5 players in the NBA in order to win.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy.
Like he can't.
Oh my.
My apologies. Yeah, but he can't win without having like the best of the best. So I think it says more about LeBron. And then I don't even believe in I don't know. I don't believe Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is a winner. Like KD joined 73 win champions.
Yeah, that's so true.
Kawhi's joining a team that couldn't even make it to the playoffs. And traded for another guy that couldn't make it to the playoffs. Kawhi is being real. Kawhi's joining a bunch of losers.
He's like, what do you mean? You guys haven't made the playoffs? I just won the championship.
Yeah, he's like, dang, let me show you how to do it, LeBron.
And then he said,
that killed me.
He's a savage, dude.
You got him with the laugh, man.
Freaking fun guy, Kawhi, dude.
Fun guy. Board man, bro. That's board man.
Board man.
Board man
got paid. Dude.
Board man got paid. Or board man's gonna get paid. Board man's gonna get paid. He's easily the funniest player in the league. Not even close.
Yeah.
The way he answers questions is amazing. One reporter was like, after game 2, they lost 2 straight to the Bucks. They're like, so what do you guys plan? What do you guys plan to do next? He was like, plan to go to Toronto to play game 3. Or like someone.
It's because he trained under the master of interviews, dude.
Nah, man, this is on a whole different level than Pop, bro. Pop was like angry. He just restates. Because there's one reporter said, Kawhi, so you guys came down and then you almost tipped the ball away, but it ended up in Klay's hand and Klay shot the shot. Can you go over that play again? And he was like, well, it's pretty much exactly what you said. I came down. I almost had the ball, but Klay got it and he shot the shot. Just exactly what you said. And then I was just like, yo, this dude's a savage. And then they was like, when they said, what did you guys want to see the ball in the Warriors' hands at that time? And he said, no, I wanted to see it in our hands. That was just like, he just says the most simplest answers, but it's gold. It's golden. So, I mean, we pretty much covered the biggest free agent moves. Like, I'm pretty sure there's some smaller stuff, like Austin Rivers signing to the Rockets. We could definitely, covered pretty much the more important ones, and Ricky Rubio going to the Suns, just like minor stuff like that. But any last words, Carl? About you got anything else you want to cover?
Any last words? I'm glad we were able to knock out another episode. Hopefully we'll be coming out with a couple more, or some more, more regularly. And I'm still down to do some sort of Q&A type of deal.
Yeah, I forgot all about our anniversary episode.
Q&A celebration of life.
Yeah. So we definitely gotta do that. We gotta get that going. But let's close it out. Thanks for tuning in to Unqualified and Educated. Thanks if you made it this far. Thanks for listening in. And as always, stay unqualified, live uneducated, and we're out.